Press the power switch after all the parts are in place. Attention, please remove all metal objects from the body, otherwise, unexpected situations may occur, affecting the curative effect. Those with implanted metal stents cannot use it. A contraceptive ring is excluded. Household. Face tightening. Click on off to start RF and suction. Parameters are default. Energy range 0 to 10. Default energy level 5. You can set it manually per individual tolerance. Operating time range 0 to 30 minutes. 10 minutes is the default. You can adjust it manually per needs. The default mode for suction and release is M3. You can adjust the mode manually. The available modes are M1, constant suction, M2, shorter interval between suction and release, M3, short interval between suction and release, M4, long interval between suction and release. Knob for suction adjustment. Rotate to the right to increase suction and to the left to decrease it. When this interface shows, RF and suction will stop running, and EMS and EL will launch. Please change the handpiece to EMS and EL when its red light flashes. The prompting time is 30 seconds. When the prompting time ends, it automatically switches to the EMS and EL page. Energy range 0 to 10, default energy intensity 2. You can set it manually per individual tolerance. 10 minutes is the default working time, and you can adjust it manually per needs. When you see this interface, you finish the operation. Press the progress bar and enter the EMS and EL page ahead of time, then press the start button to use it. Arms slimming. Click on off to start the operation. Parameters are default. The default energy intensity is 5. You can set it manually per individual tolerance. 20 minutes is the default operating time. You can adjust it manually per needs. When you see this interface, the treatment is done. Waist slimming. Click on off to operate Cavi and RF. Parameters are default. Default energy intensity 7. You can set it manually per individual tolerance. 15 minutes is the default working time. You can adjust it manually per needs. When this page pops up, Cavi and RF will stop running and 30K Pro is going to launch. Please change the handpiece to 30K Pro. The prompting time is 30 seconds. When the prompting time runs out, it automatically switches to the 30K Pro page. Parameters are defaults. The default energy intensity is 4. You can set it manually per individual tolerance. 5 minutes is the default working time. You can adjust it manually per needs. When you see this interface, you finish the operation. Press the progress bar and enter the 30K Pro page ahead of time. Then press the start button to use it. The setting of leg slimming is the same as waist slimming. Specialized. EMS and EL, the working time range is 0 to 30 minutes. But 10 to 15 minutes is suggested. Energy range for EMS 0 to 10. 3 to 7 is advised. So is the same with EL. RF and suction. Recommended working time 10 to 15 minutes. Suggested energy level 3 to 7. The suction time range is 0 to 2 seconds. But 0.2 to 1 seconds is advised. The release time range is 0 to 2 seconds. But 0 to 0.5 seconds is preferred. Note, set the suction time longer than the release time. It is constant suction when the release time is 0. Mode selection for suction and release. M1, constant suction. M2, the shortest interval between suction and release. M3, shorter interval between suction and release. M4, short interval between suction and release. M5, long interval between suction and release. Note, you do not need to manually adjust the suction and release time when you choose one of the modes here. Rotate to the right to increase suction and to the left to decrease it. Adjust it per individual tolerance. Cavi and RF. Advised operating time 15 to 20 minutes. Suggested energy level for Cavi 5 to 8. Proposed energy intensity for RF 3 to 7. Mode selection M1, continuous working, which suits those with excess fat accumulation or firm fat. M2, discontinuous working, serving those who want to reduce weight or has localized fat. 30K Pro, recommended operating time 5 to 15 minutes. Suggested energy level 3 to 7. Mode selection M1, continuous working, which suits those with excess fat accumulation or firm fat. M2, discontinuous working, serving those who want to reduce weight or has localized fat. Turn off the machine.